create permanent drapes like this, I've drawn out a mock-up. I wanted to create that at the top, but I decided to choose the other one. So here's the fabric we're going to be using. And we're going to use a lot of hemming gum. And the reason why it's not going to be wasted is that we're going to use in tiny strips. So we're going to cut this into tiny strips like this. Then we'll iron that in. So it's better to have a steaming iron. If you have a steam iron, beautiful. It will just work perfectly. But if you don't, you can also make use of this iron and make sure it's hot enough to be able to make these drapes smoothly and beautifully. And it will never shake or shift. And it will look as though the fabric has been draped from the onset. So here is the fabric. This is a plain fabric, and I've already gotten the fold of what I wanted, so I sewed it, the gathers at the top, and this is the back, and this is the second drape. So I've sewn it at the top, and we're going to iron that out, fold it out from the part of ironed, and I do not want it to be opened all the way, so that's why I put it to this point. But if I wanted it to be opened all the way, all I have to do is just make a deep cut all the way down. So here is how we use our hemming gum. So the strips of hemming gum, we're going to open it up here and put it at the tiny bits and iron. So I left tiny bits at the edge so that when I press the iron, it will just fit in perfectly, and turn it to the other side. So here you see that the hemming gum just sits right in. So I'll make sure I put the hemming gum at the back of the fabric so that the front of the fabric is not affected. So you can see, after putting the hemming gum at the back, at the fold that has already been created, I'll press it down, turn it to the back, and final seal like this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So I'll do that throughout till we're able to achieve something like this. See how beautiful and neat it is. So this is the drapes. You can make it as tiny as you want. You can make it as big as you want. So it looks like a lot of work, but it's worth it. It's not so strenuous as compared to having to iron, and then you'd see that the drapes shifts. So using this hemming gum just keeps it fixed. So I did this on the two fabrics, both the one on the left and the one on the right hand side. So I ironed this out and made drapes for the two fabrics like this. So any other part that I see that it's not fixed, I would put the hemming gum inside and make sure it's sealed perfectly like this. And voila, we have our fabric completed. This is one side completed. Then we'll move on to the other side and do the same thing, making these drapes. And then we finally make use of our ST. So the ST I made use of is a cotton ST like this. So the cotton ST, I cut it out and placed it on the fabric at the back side. That's the side where the hemming gum was placed, and it won't show. So I ironed it and it made it so thick and neat and beautiful. The heaviness just makes it look so rich. And after I did that for the two sides, I placed it on the first lining part I showed you. It looks as though it's the gown itself. So I placed at the wrong side of it, placed the two of them at the wrong side, turned it over the neck of the fabric, and then sewed it together, sealed it together. So if I'm not sealing it together, all I have to do is just, I told you how you make that dip cut. All you have to do is just sew it there and we're good to go. Can't you see how beautiful it turned out? And voila, we have our gown. So here you see the drapes at the top, the drapes on the waistline, and then the down part where it's just the skirts and then the flare. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.